Before we get into what is about to happen in the National League and American League Division Series, we need to go back through our meaningless predictions a little bit because there were some stakes on the line, Brad. I don't know if you remember.
And by
but
steaks, you mean pies, of course.
Pies, yes. Let's be very clear. We bet pies, whipped cream pies. Okay,
Yeah.
so I selected that the Phillies would lose to St. Louis, and that did not happen. So Philadelphia advanced, making my bracket now null and void. I also selected that the Mets would advance beyond San Diego. That didn't happen. I thought Toronto would beat Seattle. That did not happen. And I thought Cleveland would beat Tampa Bay, and that's the only one I got right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you thought Tampa Bay would advance beyond.
I did, yes,
past Cleveland,
yes,
right?
and we did put a pie on that one.
We did. So you get a pie in the face there, but then you selected Seattle would advance beyond Toronto, and we put a pie on that one too, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We did indeed put a pie on that. So we each owe one pie. Let's just keep a tally. We'll do them all at the end.
Yes.
After the World Series.
All right.
So I owe one pie currently. I am off the hook for one though in the NLDS though, because I said that if the Mets advanced, they would beat the Dodgers. But San Diego, there's no pie.
Right. Well, should we renegotiate the stakes into the division series?
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll
do
that when we get there.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the NLDS, the National League Division Series. There's two coming up. First will be Atlanta is going to face off against Philadelphia, and that's really, first of all, like we've made very clear, it's unexpected, but it's also very exciting. Atlanta, they're the defending champions from last season, and we're really excited to see how they stack up because everybody is saying that they're better this year than they were last year. What I think is really interesting is that the names that they're using to support that argument are not known quantities in the playoffs. So I'm pretty interested to see how that turns out. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, we don't know how they perform in October.
Right. So, I don't. Yeah, like Matt Olson, for instance.
Exactly.
No clue. But I will say this: that they've got Austin Riley, they've got Acuna, and poor Ozzie Albies. You know, is not going to be there. But but you still got your pitching staff, which was their bread and butter last year.
It was,
right,
and it still is. And honestly, Spencer Strider, to me, is one of the most exciting pieces of this pitching rotation, and he is headed back. They are excited. They said he played catch. Was it yesterday and today on even surfaces just to kind of see where he was at? And he reported no strain, no discomfort at all.
That's good.
It's really good.
Really good. Good. Yeah. Jason, our buddy Jason, pointed this out to us. The Phils went 8-11 against the Braves in the season series. Going into the final series, it was split 6-6.
Wow. So, thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. Two completely different places that last series.
Right.
So I think it's, I don't know. And this is, I think this is significant. This is a small thing. They locked up Spencer Strider. You're likely NL Rookie of the Year. 6 years, $75 million. I feel like that's a big deal just because that's one of those things. One less thing for him to ever have to worry about. Even if he wasn't thinking about it, I'm sure somewhere in the back recesses of his mind, he's just like, I'm guaranteed.
Yeah.
Just got to go out and play now.
Well, and not just guaranteed, but they love me. They're invested in me. They have faith in me. I've proven myself. Like it's so much deeper than I have money now. You know?
Right. Yeah. You're right. It's a big demonstration of faith. And I think the same thing goes with Phillies manager Rob Thompson.
Totally.
They just extended him 2 years, and I think he's your front runner for NL Manager of the Year.
Yes.
Even though he didn't manage the whole year.
No, it doesn't matter.
I think he's your guy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think you're right. And because what he has done is just astonishing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm very excited about it.
What he took them from to what he brought them to, I think was just absolutely unreal. And I think he's more deserving than just about anybody at this point.
I agree.
So, Brig, when it comes down to it, who do you think has the edge in this series and why?
The Braves. And for all the reasons we've mentioned, I think that They have the talent. I think they have the experience. I think they have the drive and I think they've expected themselves to be here for a long time, whereas the Phillies haven't expected themselves to be here for more than maybe 5 or 6 days, honestly. And so I think some of that goes a long way. I don't think that tells the whole story, and I don't think it'll carry the whole day. But I do think that mentality will build some momentum toward their success here. I don't think it'll be easy, but I don't think the Phillies are gonna come out on top.
No, I think it'll be a fight. Out of the 5 games, I think it'll probably go 4, but I think all 4 will be close. When it comes down to it, though, like if you were to stack up the Phillies and the Braves side by side, and just go, okay, number 1 starting pitcher, who's the edge go to?
Yeah,
Braves. Catcher, who's the edge go to? Phillies. And just go all the way down the roster. I think you'd have more tick marks on the Braves side when it comes down to it, and not just by a little bit either.
No,
and don't get me wrong, there are some great players on that Phillies roster.
For
But
sure.
the Braves have shown that the guys who came out last year and we were like, oh, who's that guy, are now household names. Because they were not just a playoff phenomenon. They are legitimate players who contribute every single day of the season. And I think that's going to be a big deal.
So did you know that the run differential between the two when they play each other is 88 to 85 in favor of Atlanta?
Wow. That's crazy. Isn't
that crazy?
Yeah, given that the Phillies lost that season series 8-11. That's crazy.
I think the Braves took 11 out of the 19 that they faced each other. But yeah,
the Phillies
run differentials.
They would have had to blow them out
differentials. Yeah, it's 88 to 85. I thought that was awesome. But I think that they're better by position, like you were saying, one by one going down the line. And then I think their pitching is better.
Yeah, they got that bullpen. I mean, the bullpen is going to be the undoing for the Phillies when it comes down to it. We saw,
and maybe everybody else.
Yeah,
they might just pick people apart with the bullpen.
Yeah, maybe.